beware, beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Wednesday morning, everybody. I want to start off, want to thank Reverend Qualls from Washington Park. He always sends us good information. It's Doctors' Day today, and suggested a salute to all the doctors and nurses who make America great. And I concur with Reverend Qualls. We do want to salute, not just today, but every day, the doctors and nurses, the emergency room people, the policemen. I want to also, the unsung heroes, a special salute to our Illinois State Police for all they do, all the Illinois State Police does in keeping our roadways safe. Let's remind our friends that the professional law enforcement, they're out there every day, because when danger comes upon us, they go toward the danger. They go toward the danger as we go away. So we want to salute, a salute to every first responder, but today especially a salute to the Illinois State Police for all you guys do. You guys and gals do a great job. Just keep up the good work. They're just another group of unsung heroes, but we do want to salute all the medical profession today and every day, but it's like everything else. We don't think about them until we need them. We don't think about our military. Hey, and there you go again, Romanik, speaking about our military. You know, I wish there was a good story every day about our military, because I would have no problem. Maybe you guys would, but see, I don't care. If you don't like what I say, just don't listen. And I'm not trying to be a smart ass. But I'm going to do what I got to do because I want to do it. And if nobody likes it, and I'm hoping everybody that talks to me anymore will quit telling me that I got to slow it down, that I got to sound a little more professional. You know, my persona on the radio as a Grim Reaper is not totally different than my persona and my personality. I am a crazy son of a bitch. I don't give a damn anymore. I want to do what I think's right for my community. I'm going to do what I think's right for my country, and I'm going to especially do what I think is right for my family. And I think everybody else is in accord with that. We don't have to step and fetch. And I don't mean black or white. You hear me a lot of times. I talk about the blacks having to step and fetch for the white boys in Belleville. But see, the proud blacks don't step and fetch. The proud blacks are out there fighting for what they believe in. Now, sometimes I agree. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I agree with the white folks. A lot of times I don't. And to me, it's never been a color thing. There's going to be, Romanik's a racist. Romanik's done more for the black and white community than all these son of a bitches combined. And I've done it with my money, not political money, not money that's contributed to me in my campaign. I do it with my money, and I do it because I want to do it. But I get tired, and don't you people get tired Everybody wants to give somebody a ration of crap. I'd like to say that different, but I can't. They want to give them a ration of crap about do it this way, do it that way. If we all did it the same way, we'd all have the same colored cars, would all have the same outfits on, would all look the same, would all have the same hairdo. What kind of country would that be? What kind of life would that be? It's like the Stepford Wives. We'll do everything the same. That's why we're here in this great United States of America, because we can do things different, because that's what we're about. We're different people united for a common cause, for freedom. And speak about common causes. This terrorist situation's really out of hand. And I personally think it stinks. I'm not against the Muslim community. I'm not against the Arab community. But when there's a situation that concerns the Muslims or the Arabs, then I'm a little concerned myself. I don't think we ought to kill them all. We definitely don't want to do that. I don't think we want to imprison all of them. But I'll tell you what, I think we want to be concerned about them. Now, I'll have people say that's not the politically correct thing to say. Don't give a damn about being politically correct. I want to be unpolitically safe in my country, this great country of ours. And you get these bleeding heart son of a bitches. Oh, we got to let them in. No, we don't have to let anybody in. I don't know when we became the world's keeper. Let's take care of our people in this great country of ours. Let's make sure they're eating properly, have proper medical care, proper educational facilities. Then let's worry about the Hispanics that come up from Mexico. I'm concerned about those people. I'm concerned about people from all over this world. Secondly, I am. But to be brutally honest, I'm more concerned about our American family first. People say, well, these people are starving. Well, hell, there's people starving all over this great United States. There's people going to bed hungry every day in this great United States. If we're going to start feeding the poor and the hungry, let's start in our neighborhoods. Let's start in our cities, in our states, in our country. And then once we do that and solve that problem, let's branch out and help everybody else. I think that's the proper thing to do. I think that's the right thing to do. But we as a people, I don't know. We forget about our people and want to take care of the whole world. I'd like to have enough money, enough food to take care of the whole world. I really would, and I'm sure you people would too. But we don't have enough, and we're never going to have enough. So we got to start with our home base. And I just get tired of hearing on the national news about these Muslim communities, how upset they are. Well, hell, we're upset too. If your people, not you, not blaming the proud Muslims that live here, the law-abiding Muslims, but you get pissed off at us because we're concerned about your Muslim brothers, the bad Muslim brothers that are coming over and killing us, killing our people, terrorizing our states and our great country. You don't think we're pissed off too? So don't try to flip the script. The proud Muslim community ought to back off just a little bit, in my opinion, because I'm not happy. And I talk to people out on the street every day, and they're not happy. They don't care that the Muslim community is involved in our world, in this great United States. But what really, really sticks into my craw, they want to come over. They can dress like they want to dress. They want to change our world. Don't change our world, change yours. If you like it over here, come over here and aspire to be proud Americans. You can have your religious beliefs, but when the Muslim community says, hey, we work for these people and they give us time off to pray on Monday afternoon, now we want time off on Tuesday afternoon too. Hell, they don't give the Catholics, I don't see any business telling the Catholic community, you get 2 hours off of work so you can go pray. I don't see that in the Protestant community. I don't see that in the Methodist community or any other religious community in this great United States of America. But we get foreign people come over, and we're all immigrants at some way, shape, or form. Come on over. Come on over, do it the right way. Apply for citizenship. But when you do get citizenship, don't try to change the way of life in this great United States. You know, if you like what you like, stay over there. You can't have it both ways. You can't come to this great country and partake in all the opportunities and then try to change us for what you were over in your foreign country. Well, hell, if you liked it so much over there, stay over there. And I know I'm not being politically correct, but I'm being perfectly and brutally honest. Don't care. Do not give a damn. And I think most of you people sitting out there would have to concur with what I say. Don't hate foreign people. I hate the way the situation's playing out. I hate the way our politicians try to pander to every little crowd, every little group. If they're in a Hispanic area, oh yeah, the Hispanics. If they're in the Muslim area, the Muslim. Let's all be Americans. Let's live the American way of life. Now, if you want to have different religious beliefs, whatever religious day it is, but don't try to interject that into the workforce of this great United States. When I read that, it just pissed me off, people. That they want the Muslims want 2 days off to pray or 2 hours in the afternoon. Hell, if you're on an assembly line, what are you going to do? Shut the assembly line down? They don't do that for us Americans. And I'll be damned if anybody's going to get special treatment in this great country. It should be the American citizens. You know, we're taking a back seat to everybody anymore. Taking a back seat for the illegal aliens that come over, not the legal aliens, not the proud Spanish community that comes up from Mexico, not the people that come over from foreign countries. I'm talking about the illegals. You know, we're paying their health benefits. We're giving them aid. We're giving them money to go to school. And we can't take care of our people? I don't understand. I just, for the life of me, don't understand. Maybe if somebody does, feel free to call. Toll free, 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. And maybe I'm off base. If I'm off base, somebody tell me. We can sit there and argue. But I think at some point in time, we have to be concerned about our people, American people of all nationalities, but American people at the end of the day. That's who we need, and that's who we're going to have to be concerned about, because nobody else in this world of ours is concerned about the American community. So we have to be. The first annual Spring Rocks on the Hill. It's up in Madison County at Edwardsville, located at 58 South State Route 157 in Edwardsville. There's going to be 3 great bands, the Watershed Sting Band, the Skylard Brothers, and the Modine Band. It's going to be held on, why the hell can't you guys give me the proper information? I don't even know when it's going to be held, but it's going to be held sometime. Guys from Edwardsville, give me some good information, and I'll put it out. Don't forget our good friends in Millstadt, still trying to get money contributed so they can take care of their water tower, the restoration of their water tower. You can contact Keller Timmer at 618-520-3623 to get involved. The New Baden Fire Department this Saturday, April the 2nd, going to hold their chicken and beer dance at the New Baden American Legion. Doors open at 7, chicken starts at 9. That's at the New Baden Fire Department. The Beneld Fire Department, their trivia night will be held at the Beneld Civic Center. Friday, April the 1st, doors open at 6:30 p.m., trivia starts at 7. Any information, you can contact 217-835-2268. Our good friends down in Steelville, Illinois, the Steelville Legion Riders, Post 480. Their shooting match and meat wheel will be held this Sunday, April the 3rd, at the Chester Eagles Club at 401 Hacker Street in Chester, Illinois. The Potosi Elks Veterans Committee, their trivia night to be held, trivia and steak night to be held in Potosi on April the 2nd. It'll be held at the Potosi Elks Lodge, 2218 North Missouri Street in Potosi, Missouri. Any questions or concerns, you can contact 314-775-9920. The Mouse Races, April the 9th at the Dupo Quarterbacks Club, and I guess that's going to be held at the American Legion. Again, don't have any more information. What else we have here? Fundraiser, trivia night, 10th Annual 4-H Trivia Night to be held Saturday, this Saturday, April the 2nd, in the Agricultural Building at Shreve Park in Mascoutah. All the proceeds benefit the St. Clair County 4-H program. For any information, you can contact Tim at 939-3434. And I want to put out Kevin Dawson. He's running for a county board in the Mascoutah area, and he's having a fundraiser that's going to be held from 12 noon to 11 p.m. Saturday evening. It's going to be at the bowling lanes in Mascoutah Community Lanes in Mascoutah, Illinois. Anybody that'd like to participate, please come on out there, and it'll start at noon until 11 p.m. And Brian, thank you for the information on Kevin Dawson's fundraiser, and we'll be out there. I'll support that gentleman because I know he's going to fight for the good people of Mascoutah, so thank you for that information. I had on this date, but as always, I can't find the sumbitch. I don't know where the hell it's at. You ought to see my desk. I can't find anything. So we're going to forego that for the meantime. I want to talk about East St. Louis. Now, how the hell can you have an election in East St. Louis and now, just now, today and yesterday, they're coming up with the results? There were some good precinct committeemen that were way ahead of the game. Edith Moore, Mike Roberts, a lot of those good committeemen down there who don't support Sprague, who don't support Kern, who don't support Greenwood, now they're losing the election. They were so many votes ahead 3 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, but now all of a sudden, where are these votes coming from? I'd like to know. Rump, where are these votes coming from? I know you ran a great election. This gentleman has a great precinct in East St. Louis, and he's way ahead election night. But now 2 weeks later, he's 2 votes behind Edith Moore, a great leader in East St. Louis. She was ahead of the game. Now she's way behind. How the hell can that happen? You know how it can happen. It happens every election in East St. Louis. Because the culture of corruption, the Spragues, the Kern, the Barra-Civics, they come down to East St. Louis and they dictate to Greenwood, they dictate to Powell, they dictate to Alvin Parks. Here's what we want done. We don't give a damn if you guys go to jail because you're black. They don't care. Throw a black man under the bus as long as the white boys in Belleville get elected. And I'm not shilling for the black community. I'm shilling for what I think is right and wrong. And this is wrong. And you people in St. Clair County, you ought to understand. You ought to understand how the East St. Louis elections go is how the whole county elections go. When they steal an election down there, it's stolen from you all throughout this county. We're tired of it. It's a presidential election. It's a federal election. We're going to demand that this crap stop. And isn't it amazing? Isn't it not amazing? This happens in East St. Louis and below the hill every 2 years. Everybody, I mean everybody, Democrats, Republicans, everybody in law enforcement knows it happens, and it just keeps going and going and going. I do not understand that. Got a letter here. Of course, there's 191 precincts results in in St. Clair County we're in, which were about 59,000 ballots in the recent primary. But despite the East St. Louis Election Board, which is supposed to make it easier and more fair for the people of East St. Louis, the East St. Louis Board of Elections, they were not available. Their results were not available at the close of the election. And now 2.5 weeks later, they're available? What does that tell you, good people? You know what it tells you. It tells you like it tells everybody. It's the pink elephant in the room that's passing gas from eating beans and drinking beer. You can't stand the stench anymore. And it's bull crap, people. Come November, when you guys cast a vote in the outer county, they're going to try to offset it down in East St. Louis. And that's stealing a vote from everyone in the county. Don't say, people in the outer county, do not say we don't give a damn about East St. Louis, because East St. Louis is going to steal the election if we don't stop it. Not the good Democrats in East St. Louis, not the good people, but the thugs, the culture of corruption that comes up from St. Clair County, who comes down to the black community and says, do whatever you got to do. Remember Sprague back in the day? Whenever Kern said, we got to have more money because they were calling Kern a racist in East St. Louis? And the political leaders got $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 in $5 bills. That's a hell of a way to pay your workers for getting the vote out. No, I don't believe it was getting the vote out. I believe it was buying the vote. And that crap's got to stop. But I just heard last night that they just got the final results down in East St. Louis. Do you hear me? The final results, and the election's been over a couple weeks. You know what's going on. There does need, and this person here said there does need to be an investigation by the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office, not the state's attorney, because Brendan Kelly's not a bad guy, but he's one of them. I don't know if he's doing anything illegal. I really don't think he is, and I hope he's not, because I think he's an honorable man. But he can't get involved. It's a conflict. I don't think he wants to get involved. So let's get the U.S. Attorney's Office involved. Let's get the FBI involved. Let's get everyone involved so we as a people of St. Clair County and all over this great state of Illinois, that we can have a fair and impartial election. We had a caller. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio at its finest, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. As you guys know, we've got all our Facebooks. If you'd like, I've got a Facebook up. I'm not maintaining it. I have a nice lady doing it for me, but it's Bob Romanik for State Representative, and we have the fans of the Grim Reaper on Facebook. And again, people, I am who I am. My persona on the radio is not quite, I should say, not quite as good. It's not quite as bad as my personal persona, because there's times I do go crazy, and I really, really don't give a damn at this point in my life. But you can go, and also you can pick us up on iTunes. You can type in Bob Romanik and/or the Grim Reaper Radio. You can go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling, for the best of all three of our stations. And there's times we simulcast on KZQZ 1430 AM. There's times whenever the signal may not sound quite as good on one of the stations. If we're working on it, we're trying to always enhance the quality of our signals. So if it doesn't quite come in on 1190, flip it to 1430. If it doesn't come quite good on 1430 in your area, flip it to 1190. But between the two, we service and have potentially 4.5 million potential listeners. I don't think we have at about 4 million, but I don't think we get everybody to listen. So you can always switch around from 1190 AM to 1430 AM and get a good signal every day. This bothers me more as we go on. Skippy. And I read this, and this pisses me off to no end. This pisses me off. Township. The township, St. Clair Township, and not talking bad about the good people in St. Clair Township. Township takes down damaged flag after spat. Why does it have to be a spat to honor our great flag, this great United States of America flag, this flag that is a symbol of our great country and all the brave military heroes who have fought to make it such a great country? But not Skippy Kernan. Skippy Kernan, what a complete idiot. It said the flag was flown, a tattered flag in front of the St. Clair Township office in Swansea. It's been taken down finally. over the last few days, they're struggling to get the flag down because it's broke. There's a key that needs to be gotten by a laid-off employee, and nobody wants to mess with it because you know why? Because Skippy, Kernan, and Skippy, I'm telling you, you ignorant, stupid son of a bitch, you piece of no count, good for nothing, political piece of scumbag crap, you rotten bastards. What a complete moron for making such an asinine statement about our proud flag. This idiot, Skippy Kernan, and Skippy's good name for peanut butter, I said before. It's kind of a gayish name for a man, isn't it, Skippy? But Skippy says right here in quotes, I didn't get elected to raise flags, Kernan said. I got elected to handle streets. You no-count piece of crap. You got elected to represent the good people of this great country. You got elected because of that flag, you rotten bastard. You got elected because people died to give us the right to have open and free elections. And you say you didn't get elected to raise the flag? That should be the first thing every elected official should do. They should salute that flag every day when they go into their office. But see, people, I don't you get pissed off. This crap just, Kernan, give me a call. Defend yourself, you rotten, stupid son of a bitch. This bastard says, Kernan said he was happy to hear the flag was taken down, but wondered why he had to try to fix the situation. Let me remind you, and this is self-serving. I've had veterans and family members from Mount Hope Cemetery said there was 2 flagpoles. There wasn't flags flying. I promised I'd get them flying. I bought the flags. I bought the lights. I bought everything. We got the flags up. I felt compelled as an American to help out our veterans that said that they needed help there. It didn't cost but $100. It didn't cost much. I didn't go around touting it. But at times you have to blow your own horn because you have to prove a point. But they're going to make a big deal because they don't want to get a locksmith out. I'll pay. If it's $500, Skippy boy, I'll pay to get that lock off the flag. I know it's done now. If you get a bill, please. And I see here where it says, one of these veterans says that he'd be more than happy to pay the bill. However, he added that they received an email saying a veteran would pay the locksmith's bill. No, Mr. Veteran, you've paid enough. You've paid enough. You don't need to get in your pocket. You paid enough by representing and protecting us in this great United States. I'll be more than happy, Skippy boy, to pay the $100, $200. But you see how these rotten bastard politicians are? They want to make a mountain out of a molehill. That thing should have been taken down. Skippy should have took the $50 out of his pocket to get a locksmith. But the son of a bitch says the cost of a locksmith's 20 minutes of work has yet to be finalized. What the hell? Whatever it is, it's not worth getting in a spat over. It's not worth disrespecting our great American flag. And Skippy, crying in his panties, how come it's my responsibility? How come it's not somebody else's, Kernan said. No one told me I was responsible for the flag. You idiot, we're all responsible for the flag. Do you hear this stupid, no-count, good-for-nothing, low-life bastard? But see, he's part of Sprague's and Kern's and Barra Civic's culture of corruption, the vice chairman of the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee, the Democratic culture of corruption in St. Clair County. This idiot, this buffoon, I thought he was stupid before. How come it's my I can just see that bitch crying. And when I say bitch, I get people say, oh, you disrespect women. I love women. It's not a disrespectful thing. Men can be bitches. That's somebody that just bitches, whines, and gripes. Has nothing to do when I say somebody a bitch. Has nothing to do with gender. I love women. I love my mother. I love all women. But now if a woman gets up in the political arena, like Mrs. Kern did, then she becomes part of the problem. So I tell all you political people, keep your families out of politics. Let them support you. But when you're up there in the political ring fighting, don't ask them to come up and get involved in the fight, because then they become part of the problem. You can't distinguish men or women, black or white. They're politicians at that point. You know, they're crying in this federal election about women. You shouldn't say that about the woman, and if you do, you don't like women. But hell, when they say things about men, does that mean they don't like all men? No, it's just the way these politicians want to flip the script. And the intelligent ladies out there, they know that. You know, they're not going to be used. They're not going to be mentally and psychologically used and abused, and that's what it is when somebody tries to flip the script. You know, women are smarter than us men are. They know when they're being used. They know when they're being taken advantage of. They know when they talk about, he talked about a woman, he doesn't like women. No, he just doesn't like that woman, or he doesn't like that man. So let's get that off the table, because it doesn't play. But for this ignorant son of a bitch, Skippy Kernan, to say, I didn't get elected, and it's in quotes, people. I didn't get elected to raise flags. I got elected to handle streets. Well, you're not doing a very good job at either, Skippy boy. And what a gayish name again, in my opinion. What a gayish name, Skippy. Who the hell calls well, wait a minute. I would say who the hell calls a grown man Skippy, but apparently with his actions and the things he does, Skippy's really not a grown man. Hey, Skippy, what color are your underwear? I just want to ask, are they pink laced? Are they pink lace panties? You didn't get into Mark Sweetcake's Kern's drawer, did you? Our drawers, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. You didn't get into his drawers. Why all these son of a bitches being the way they are, people? You know why? I know why, because we let them. We let them for the last 40, 50 years. We let this democratic culture of corruption destroy all of us. Democrats, Republican, men, women, black and white. And I want to preface it again. There's a lot of great Democrats in St. Clair County, and I'm running on the Republican ticket, and you'll get some Republican people. You can't talk good about the Democrats. The hell you can't. There's a lot of great Democrats in St. Clair County. There's a lot of great Republicans. There's black sheep in both sides of the family. So there are a lot of good Democrats. And it's a shame. I don't want to paint them with the same brush that we paint these rotten, no-count, good-for-nothing, political, parasitical punks that we call politicians. The few and far between, the St. Clair County democratic culture of corruption. There's a lot of Democrats that I meet all over the county. I'm out and about every day. They're going to vote for Hillary Clinton, but they're coming over and they're not going to vote for Kern. They're not going to vote for Patty Sprague. They're not going to vote for this culture of corruption. They want to get back to a good political setting. They're tired of being besmirched and ridiculed because they are also Democrats, but they're the good Democrats. So people, let's don't. And that's what the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition is all about. Let's don't vote the party. Let's vote the person that's more qualified. And I say to you, Skippy boy, in all due disrespect, how the hell do you take such a minor situation and get such major negative play? Kernan again said Kernan's workers couldn't respond because they were laid off. So Kernan says, well, I probably couldn't get those guys to give me the key because they said they were laid off. But he wonders why that they ask him to do it. And then he says he's going to take the money from a veteran to pay a veteran that's already paid his dues to our great country, to that great flag. No, Skippy boy, I'll make a call after the show. I'll take care of I'll put a new flagpole up there. If the flagpole's broke, if the locks are broke, I will personally donate a new flagpole, have it put up with a new flag. That's how much I think of this great country, that you can fly that flag wherever you want. I'd like to see it flown up your ass, but I wouldn't want to disrespect the great United States of America flag. But Skippy, you're all in the newspaper. You're making all these comments. Why don't you defend yourself? Give me a call, Skippy. And everyone I talk about, I always offer the opportunity to call and not be the newspaper where they misquote you, where they misprint, because they're pieces of political crap. They're just as bad as politicians as the politicians. The Belleville News Slimocrat. But I will let everybody come on the air, and what they say is what you hear they say. So, Skippy, call me toll free, 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. I will let anyone and everyone defend themselves, if they will. But apparently, Skippy boy. And you people at St. Clair Township, remember this no-good son of a bitch. Will you come next election? I know he'll have Kern and Sprague and Bear Civic. They'll be funneling him money. They'll be supporting him. They'll be intimidating people that have jobs with the county to say, you got to vote for him. Don't let that happen, people. In this great country, let's don't let it happen. But for you, Skippy Kernan, you political piece of crap, you disrespected our flag. You disrespected the good people of St. Clair Township. You've disrespected yourself and your family to show what a rotten bastard you are. But how come it's my responsibility? Well, how come when the brave military heroes are over there protecting us, it's their responsibility to protect you? How come you don't have your lame, white, stinky, hairy ass over there in Iraq and Iran putting your life on the line? That's your responsibility, but somebody else is taking that responsibility on. So you should have taken the responsibility on, Skippy Kernan, to do something about that flag and not make it such a big to-do, not worry about the few dollars it was going to cost. You never worry about all the money you put in your pocket from the hardworking taxpayers of St. Clair Township, do you, Skippy? You don't donate that money back, do you, Skippy? Hell no, you don't. So, Skippy Kernan, you get my ass wipe of the day award because you are an ass wipe, no count, lousy son of a bitch. And I want to apologize to the ass wipes of this world because they're not as nasty and as rotten as you are, Skippy Kernan. I hope you have a rotten day because you've made my day rotten. A son of a bitch take advantage of this great country, all the benefits, all the opportunities, and you talk that crap. Skippy Kernan, kiss my white, hairy, stinky, true red, white, and blue American ass. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio at its finest. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. I want to thank all the callers. I don't know if we'll be able to get to them. We've always get the lines flooded, but then I go crazy ranting and raving. But I do want to thank all the callers from East St. Louis who say the same thing we're saying. Now's the time to disband the East St. Louis Board of Elections. I had one lady say, why is Belleville, why is the people in the county, if they don't like it, why are they funding it? Well, ma'am, they're funding it so Bear Civic and Kern and Sprague can come down and get the votes that they need to win an election. Not that that's not right. The federal government's been investigating. I think it's time for all this crap to stop. I also see in national TV, and I don't like to do national issues because you guys can get those anywhere. We do local issues. But they're charging one of Trump's campaign managers with battery. He allegedly grabbed a gal's arm, and now 3 days later, she wants to make a report. She's got a bruise on her arm after 3 days. And I'm not defending Trump on this, but, you know, these guys all want to make a mountain out of a molehill. Hell, when you're down there, you're going to get pushed around. You're going to get shoved. And now they want to arrest this guy. You know, it sounds like a Kern plot. And speaking of Kern, I see in Illinois, in the Illinois Senate race, there's a battle over who was better on gay rights. And I just got to believe the LGBT, that's the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transsexual community, I'm sure that they'll be coming out to endorse Mark Sweet Cakes Kern very, very soon for St. Clair County Board Chairman. And I think Sweet Cakes, I wonder when that endorsement's going to happen. And how do you stand? Well, I know I should ask, how do you lay, Kern, on lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transsexual rights? I personally think that you would have to be all for them, wouldn't you? And if you're not, Kern, give me a call. I would think that you would be all for them. And I want to know, do you fly a rainbow flag in your bedroom? Someone told me, and I don't know if it's true, and I don't know what a rainbow flag is, but someone told me that you secretly fly a rainbow flag in your bedroom. Now, I can't talk to you. I never see you. I tell you, I come to the courthouse, people. I look for him all over. I look for him in the basement. I look for him in the courtroom. I look for him walking down the halls. The only place I can't get in is the closet. And somebody said that Sweet Cakes, Mark Sweet Cakes Kern, is probably, and they're for sure, they say, and I don't know, of course, they say that he's hiding in the closet somewhere in the courthouse because he's afraid. He's afraid of everybody. And he can't make a statement without calling God Sprague. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, Bob, I'd rather piss in my pants than piss in the toilet, Sprague. And Sprague, is it true? I don't know. Did you ever get drunk many, many, many times? Did you, I'm asking, pass out, I'm asking, I don't know, and piss in your drawers, laying there in your piss? And he's the leader? He's the leader of the St. Clair County Democratic Organization in St. Clair County? That shows you how weak the son of a bitch. Not only is he weak politically, apparently, maybe his bladder's weak. And his leadership in St. Clair County is just as weak as that nasty-ass bladder of his. And if it's not true, Sprague, I don't know. Give me a call, toll free, 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. See, these guys can send out hit pieces on me. I send them all back. I cuss them out like the dogs they are, and I want to apologize to the dogs. But do they ever defend themselves? Because they have nothing. People, you think about it. Would you take this crap if it wasn't true? Hell no, you wouldn't, because I wouldn't. But everything I tell you is true, because these rotten bastards have screwed us for the last 40, 50 years. And they're going to tell you in the 2016 election it's going to get better. It's not going to get better. But anyway, Sweet Cakes, come out of the closet if that's where you're hiding, and let us know that if you're going to get the endorsement and what your feelings are on the gay, lesbian, transsexual, and bisexual. You hear me what I said, Kern? Bisexual community. And that's the operative word I say sometimes, bisexual. Guy said I was bisexual, and I says, back in the day, maybe I was, because anytime I had sex, I had to buy it. I'm so damn ugly, hell, I couldn't beg. I couldn't beg sex. Hell, I had a heart attack one. Then I'm being facetious, but I had a heart attack one time, and the gals wouldn't put her lips on mine. She said she'd rather see me die. So that's how ugly I am, but that's okay. I know my place in this world, and I want to put these rotten bastards in their places. And if I do, they'll be down in the gutter, and I will be visiting them as soon as I get a stepladder to get up to the gutter. Because I know I'm far from perfect, people. I know that I'm wrong. I know I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. The only person that never does anything wrong is the person that never does anything. And I'll be damned, I'm not going to sit there. I may have a day left. I may have 30 years left. I'm going to make a difference. You know me. I like to make a friend along the way, but I really don't care as long as I make a difference. And that's what you good people need to do. You need to go out and make sure every day you make a positive difference. And the positive difference we can make in November of 2016 is getting rid of these rotten bastards. So in parting, Mark Sweet Cakes Kernan, one day we'll bring out why he got that name. I didn't give him that name, Sweet Cakes, people. That name was given to him years back. And it's a very, very, very interesting story. And we're going to have to tell you about it. And also, we'll be telling you about Chief Judge John Red on the Noodle like a pecker on a poodle bear civic. We're going to talk about some of his background And I got to say, it's like, this is your life. Remember when they used to bring people out for us older people, used to bring people out and say, do you remember this person? This is your life. Well, John Barasivic, we're going to play at some point in time. This is your political life and maybe your political death when it's all over. Politically speaking, of course. And I'll say, Mr. Barasivic, do you remember back in the day, do you remember your good friend Candy? And I don't mean the candy you put in your mouth. Do you remember your good friend Candy? And we'll talk about that later on, Barasivic. Somebody said, well, watch what you say, Romanik. You may get sued. I say, come get me. But the truth is a defense. And John Barasivic, you know that it's true. You know what I'm talking about. I won't expose you at this point in time, Barasivic. But just remember, you no-count, good-for-nothing, rotten, lousy, double-talking, backbiting son of a bitch. It will come out. And when it does, it'll be like my face and yours, Barasivic. It'll be very, very scary and really, really ugly. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Come on back tomorrow, same time, same place, and we'll continue to our quest, to our journey to rid not only St. Clair County, but the state of Illinois, this great United States, rid all of our communities, rid them of this culture of corruption that is spreading like a nasty terminal cancer. And we can continue and will together. Let's unite. We'll expose these no-good, rotten bastards. We'll continue to drag them over the political coals of hell like we do day in and day out. And each and every election from this day forth, people, we will destroy, we will annihilate, we will kill these rotten bastard political politicians, political parasitical punks that we call politicians. Kill them politically, of course. Nothing violent. Politically, of course. Right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all